called me Wisdom. I don't have light. This your solar. How do I get it? How do I get it? I'm tired. This light wahala. I said, okay. It's people like you I want to reach out to this year and make sure I switch you to solar so that you will be at peace. Someone said in a couple of weeks ago on the show that if you want to have rest of mind, a big peace of mind, you should switch to solar. And I hope this year some of you will make that decision to really and truly switch to solar. All right, we have an amazing guest in the studio, but before I bring up my guest, like we always do, I just give you a quick update on what's happening in the space. In case you don't know, Nigeria's largest solar power plant goes into operations in Kumbonso local government area in Kano State. Yeah, the first solar power plant, and this is the first ever grid-connected solar power plant in the country. The project, as we know it, was at the request of the federal government by the Nigeria Sovereign Investment Authority. Yeah, so federal government owns 80%. The Kano State government owns 15%, and then local government, where it is sited, owns 5%. Well, we're making progress when it comes to power. And also, I didn't mention last week, but we're also aware that, the first mini-grid company, Hawks Power, has declared profit. That will be the first mini-grid company to declare profit. And that is amazing news. You want to check that out. I'm online and read more of that. Okay. All right, let's move on. My guest is in the studio and he'll be coming up shortly. Again, this is Power Solutions, your number one talk station in the country, where we talk about anything and everything around energy. Yes, you learn the best things here, so stay tuned. So today, we are discussing deployment of solar-powered refrigerators in Nigeria. Yes, deployment of solar-powered refrigerators. A lot of our foods would not perish if we had a better way to store them. A lot of our foods will not get spoiled if we had a better way to store them. And with the power situation in the country, it's always a struggle. And sometimes when you see, if you're traveling on the road, you see, foodstuff moving from north to south, south to north. Sometimes you worry how the food perish, especially perishable ones like tomatoes and all those ones that need to be stored at a certain level. But how do we solve this problem? It's a burning issue, and many innovators, many entrepreneurs have been trying to solve this problem. And today, I have someone in the studio who is a researcher and an academic who has made so much effort to go into what is the solution we can use to solve this. He's in the studio with me, and I'm so excited to have him. We've been talking offline and amazing. All right, don't worry, don't mind me. Let me bring my guest on the show now, Dr. Gbeminyi. Is that correct? Call it Gbeminyi Sobamowo. Oh, okay. Please say that correctly. But I didn't murder the name. Sobamowo. Okay. Nice. All right, welcome on the show, Doc.
Okay, yeah. Thank you for having me.
Good to have you. Thank you for being patient. We've been trying to have this for a couple of weeks, and now you are here. How are you doing today?
I'm good.
Nice. So we'll go right into the conversation. I don't want to waste time because of time. We have a very short time to sort of jump into a lot of things. So you are a registered engineer,
yes,
a multidisciplinary researcher, and astute academic with keen interest in teaching and research in energy system, modeling, simulation, and design. Prof, I like to call. Can I call you Prof, sir?
No, I'm Doc.
Okay, Doc. Okay, Doc. Yeah. This is a lot. Why your keen interest in energy?
Okay. I like that. Once again, thank you for having me. It's like you have partly answered the question when you said a lot of foods get spoiled, at least due to logistics and some other things.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my major interest, or what's actually sparked my interest toward energy, is because of sustainability of life and food.
Okay.
And if you look at that, that is the work of energy.
Mm-hmm.
You need energy to sustain your life. You need energy to also conserve or store your food, to reduce loss,
That's true.
spoilage. And then another thing is that it actually brings about economic growth, progress, and development. And then if you look at it also for security and then poverty eradication. So looking at the whole thing together, it's like a total package.
Yes, it is.
So there is nobody that, I always tell my student that without eat, you cannot eat.
Without
eat, H-E-A-T.
Okay, without heat,
you cannot
eat. Okay. Without heat, you cannot eat. Okay.
So I asked them that tell me a food that has not gone through heat one way or the other. Somebody now said Gary. I said, then tell me the difference between cassava and Gary.
All right.
So heat is a form of energy.
So this is why you have committed your lifetime work to finding solutions.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, when I read your profile, amazing. You went from OND, HND, MSc,
Yes.
PhD. I beg, I'll call you Prof. Joe. Prof.
I'm still doctor.
All right. So you have been ranked among the top 2% of world scientists 3 consecutive times. 2019, 2020, and 2022.
2021.
2021.
Yeah, the 2022 is here to come.
Is it? Doc. Hey, you're not joking. Okay. So, but and I want to ask you, how would you describe the educational sector's preparedness? I mean, in the area of renewable energy, for example. I'm asking this because I know you lecture.
Yes.
And how would you, being in this space, how would you describe our preparedness for this future of renewable energy, of sustainable energy, from our educational institution standpoint?
Okay, thank you. Actually, I always say this, that we have all we need to meet all our needs. We have it. But the problem is we have the knowledge, but there is this as in lack of link between the knowledge and the realization of the products.
Okay.
So there is a disconnect.
That's what you see.
Yes.
Okay.
So the academic setting or the education sector, we have the knowledge, we know what to do, we can provide the solution theoretically. But going ahead is only few set of people that can take the bull by the horn to actually provide the solution in a way, as in a practical way. So, but you can't blame them. The kind of encouragement is not there. Many are just like, let me survive. So it's like the survival instinct is actually, in a way, distracting some people. It's not that they can't move from knowledge to
but they need to survive.
Yes. The survival instinct. For example, we know what is going on in the educational lecturer has not been paid for 8 months, and somebody like that, you say, come and do research. The first thing on how to survive with the family. So, and that is one way or the other dwindling the idea of going to research, bringing out products. We always call it.
I'm moving from that theory
to practical. We always call it R&D, research and development. So majority stop at that level of research. They don't go to product development.
And a lot of innovative ideas have died at R&D stage.
That is what. So that disconnect is
the disconnect.
Actually, so the educational sector are actually ready in a way, but the disconnect between the research and the practical is what.
Do you see any of your students making a headway, as in moving from that theory to practical? Do you see your students moving in that light?
Sincerely speaking, they are.
I
can tell you some will approach me based on the work that I want to work under you. Some will even go ahead to look for sponsors to tell you that there is something crying for expression within them, and they don't want it to die.
I will tell you that on this show I talked to a lot of ideation businesses that they were born out of passion from students from universities, and they've gone on to do amazing innovations that, wow, I wish you can just put some millions into them and turn that into the solution we need. Now, before I want to ask you now, how would you also describe the acceptance of solar? Now we want to start moving into the conversation real. How would you describe the acceptance of solar in Nigeria at the moment?
Now, before this issue of energy crisis, we have been having it, but not as worse as
it is now.
That is it now. Thank you for that. Now, we have been shouting that this will happen, that people might not be able to sustain the present energy solution. I mean, the then energy solution. Now, then it has been on the news that let's switch to alternative energy sources or
Yes.
renewable energy sources.
Yes.
We have them like they are in a spectrum.
Mhm.
We have geothermal, we have biomass, we have wind, we have solar. Now, you see, if you look at them, they have their own advantages and disadvantages. But one thing that actually makes solar to stand out is it's always there.
But the acceptance.
It's the acceptance now I want to now. But the major problem that is now causing the little acceptance, let me put it in that way, is that we are consuming nation.
Okay.
Most of the solar deployment we have, we only get them from outside, import them, and then install.
Okay.
So, and that installation are not being done by experts.
Okay.
And that is discouraging a lot of people to accept it.
But that was a couple of years ago.
No.
I mean, now we have a lot of experts in the space.
People are just coming in. We have company now taking up the challenges. Many of these people that are actually doing the solar installation here and there, they are just technical people that what they just do is to come and install. They cannot even explain the theory or the working principle behind the system. So, and a lot of people get discouraged along the line that, oh, I saw solar in my house, after 1 year the thing pack up. I would say, you know, you understand what I'm saying?
All right.
So,
the voice you're hearing is Dr. Gbeminyi Sobamowo. Yes, and he is a researcher and academic. If you're just joining the conversation, this is Power Solutions. My name is Wisdom Chapp-Jumbo. Power Solutions is powered by All On Energy Impact Investment Company with support for your number one talk station, Nigeria Info. And we have just been discussing deployment of solar power refrigerators in Nigeria. And my guest, Dr. Gbeminyi Sobamowo, is helping us to dissect how we go about this and what we can do, really. Okay, so now, Doc, I want to ask you now. I mean, I started with the issue of food insecurity and how, I mean, we are losing a lot of food due to storage. And I mean, you've been working to provide a solution on this.
Yes.
And so I want to ask you straight now, how do we solve this?
Okay.
What is the solution?
It's through solar, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, the storage of food can be done, or preservation of food, let me put it that way, can be done when you keep it at a low temperature, so that you discourage the growth of bacteria and some other, let's say bacteria that will actually cause this spoilage.
Yes.
Now, and that can be done by refrigerators.
Refrigerators, yes.
Okay. So now the major problem we're having with refrigerators, I'm not talking of the cost now. I'm talking of the powering system.
Okay.
We don't have constant electricity. We have electric power supply, and sometimes we don't even have at all. And most of these things they actually produce from rural areas where they don't have access to electricity to even store them.
Okay.
Some of them store them in silos, and some other, which one way or the other they are also being heated up. And after a while they lose their quality. They lose their some of them get spoiled along the line. Now, the best way to store them is to put them in refrigerator. And the refrigerator, we're also having a problem of power system.
NEPA will take light.
Yes. So that's why we now like, okay, let's look at sustainability for power now. That is why we went to solar. So combining the solar to the refrigerator, that's why we say solar power refrigerator.
So is it that you're building a fridge with solar?
Yes. We are building
that will be powered by solar.
Yes. We know how we are building. We have been building.
You have been building
2011.
Okay.
Yes.
And like a refrigerator that has solar in it.
Yes.
How does it work?
Good. So now what we do is that we build a locally made refrigerator to withstand our weather. One good thing about our own refrigerator is that it can withstand any weather. If you check the refrigerator in the market, some of them, if water or maybe something like rain touches them, you see that they will be getting rust.
Yes.
And then one way or the other, they will lose the kind of fineness and everything. And then you will not be able to use them. And some of them, maybe the heat,
okay,
they will get in it, and then they can't function as before. So what we do is that we want to build a refrigerator that will function and can withstand any weather. So the first thing we did is to look at the solar map of Nigeria.
There's a solar map
of Nigeria. Okay. We took feasibility study, and that is, if you look at the solar installation of Nigeria, is between 3.0 to 7.0 kilowatt hour per meter square. That is.
I'm here with a dog. Ha. Voila, I'm here with a dog. Dog, is it on me?
So
okay.
The highest been places like Maduguri and the rest.
Yes.
And the lowest been somewhere like Jos, Lagos.
Okay.
So most time when we build solar refrigerator, we test it in Lagos.
Okay.
I don't know if you are getting the idea. We test it in Lagos. If the thing can work in Lagos with the lowest, or let me say lower solar installation, then guess
what can work everywhere. But many will argue that, I mean, this whole idea is not new. Yes. There have been a few technologies in Nigeria, especially around this, but many will tell you that the infrastructural element to get this done makes it very expensive to even start with. How have you been solving this problem? How do we solve the problem?
Okay, now, as I said, what we do with our own solar refrigerator is we produce this with local content. We encourage local content.
Okay. So
we use local materials. And if you see them, sometimes you will not believe that they are being produced locally.
Okay.
So now we have that. Then we, producing locally with local content, one way or the other, will reduce the cost.
And you get all these elements in country?
Yes, in the country. We also, let me just digress a little. We have gotten to a level now that we produce our own solar panels in Unilag.
Okay.
With my student, we produce our own solar batteries. We have produced 150 ampere hour, two 150 ampere solar batteries. We also produce 375 watts solar panels. So we also produce our inverter. So we make sure that everything is being produced locally.
So what about the argument of battery life and discharge time as a challenge to this whole system?
Thank you. Now there is a component we call ultra capacitor.
Ultra capacitor
or supercapacitor. One thing about that component is that it has capacity 400 times the normal battery. But the challenge is that it discharges fast. So if you couple battery with ultra capacitor, it can actually help to extend the battery life. Then another technology is that the tubular battery, the normal battery, the lead acid battery, most time the lifespan is 5 years. But the tubular battery can last for 8 years if you maintain it well. So the challenge of short lifespan and the rest are being solved. One way or the other. Yeah. So one way or the other.
Interesting, Lagos. When you bring a doc, a prof to the studio, it's a lot of learning. I hope you were writing down and you were jotting down. I mean, I may have room for just one phone call if you want to call me quickly. 0700 993 993 993. I have a room for just one phone call in case you have a question for Prof before we round up on the show. I've been talking to Dr. Gbeminyi Sobamowo, and who is a researcher and academic. He currently lectures and does his research at Unilag, and he has been working a lot around how do we solve the problem of refrigerator storage, cold storage, in the country, and how can we do that sustainably using solar. And he has been doing this for a long time. He has taken us through how him and his student especially have been working around this. I'm happy to hear that you and your student are building solar panels, and we need to come to Ito at Unilag.
You are welcome. We welcome you.
All right, guys. We have to go. We're out of time. As always, there's always not enough time, to dissect a lot of these issues. But Dr. Gbeminyi, in case people want to reach you after this, how can they reach you?
Actually, I lecture in University of Lagos, Department of Mechanical Engineering.
Okay.
So, people can come there. They will definitely meet me there.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know.
Do you have a phone number? Anything?
Yes,
are you okay? If you want to share a phone number, you can, so that people can call you.
So my phone number is 070.
Okay.
34.
Okay.
717.
Okay.
417.
All right. I can take that again quickly.
070. 34. 717. 417.
All right. You can call Dr. Gbeminyi and if you have a lot of questions for him, you can ask him. But again, this is why we do the show, to bring you some of these brilliant ideas. I'm very impressed, Doctor, and I'll be finding time to one of these days come to Unilag and see what you and your students are doing. It will be great to get one of them also in the studio to talk about what they are doing and see how the preparedness of the students is what I want to really go into. But guys, we have to go now. The show is till next Monday until we come again with an amazing conversation. If you want to watch a replay of this you can check up our YouTube channel at All On Energy. Remember, Power Solutions is powered by All On Energy Impact Investment Company. with support from your number one talk station, Nigeria Info. But check out All On's YouTube channel. Try it now. Open your YouTube. Do it in 1 second. Do it. Open your YouTube and type at All On Energy to follow conversations on this. But until next week, I come your way again with another interesting conversation. My name is Wisdom Chapp-Jumbo, and it's really been fun. Power Solutions. See you guys next week. The news is up next.